Hello, and welcome to Avianna's Wall. Today we'll be discussing a very solemn topic, literary suicides. Today we'll be learning about Willy Loman from the play A Death of a Salesman. And we will learn how his identity loss and denial and inability to accept change led to the unthinkable. We will hear from experts and the ones who were closer to Willy to truly gain a bigger picture of what he was like before he left this earth. But first, a summary of the play. An elderly salesman named Willy Loman comes home after a business trip. He's shaken up and his wife urges him to get a desk job, since sales is taking a toll on him. Cut to his sons, Biff and Happy, who are staying over for a visit. Willy is disappointed in Biff for not living up to his true potential. They get in an argument, and Biff promises to go get a loan from his old boss to go start a business and fulfill Willy's dream of making him happy by reaching the American dream. Willy goes to his boss the next day and asks him about getting a desk job. His boss fires him. He goes to a restaurant with his sons. Willy confesses to the firing. Willy flashes back to the affair he had that Biff walked in on. This is why Biff is mad at his father. Willy goes to the restroom and continues to reminisce and kind of hallucinate. He even starts talking to his brother at some point named Ben, who had previously died while in Africa mining for diamonds. Biff and Happy leave with some girls, and when they get home, Linda, Willy's wife and the boy's mother, is livid, and they all fight, all four of them. Biff then tells Willy that he's leaving for good and to get over himself. Willy makes a last-ditch effort to save his sons and get Biff to realize his full potential, to become a true American boy. So to reach that, Willy crashes his car on purpose in order to collect life insurance money. In a clinical sense, suicide is the forceful taking of one's life or destruction of one's interests. In literature, authors use suicide as a device to show an ultimate act, usually of love or depression. According to Kevin Garake, suicide serves an ambivalent rhetorical function, meaning that its function varies from work to work, but it almost always has a purpose. For example, in the play A Death of a Salesman, which we will be going over today, Willy's suicide serves the purpose of showing us just how desperate he was for his sons to achieve this dream and ideal of wealth and prosperity that he's created in his own mind that has nothing to do with how wealth and prosperity is actually achieved in real life. You see, what Willy wants is instant gratification, but that's just not physically possible, and he never ever gets to understand that.
My hubby Wally was unpredictable. I always strived to be loyal to him. He would always go off places without telling me. Always an enigma. But we both wanted was wealth and happiness. But Willy always wanted the fast track. And that kind of thinking hurt him. And even with our boys, he always thought that popularity would trump talent. And that kind of thinking was terrible. I still don't know why he did it. I guess you could call me naive. But I just was blinded by my devotion to that dear man. But money and the lack of money in our lives was becoming a problem. And I guess I thought things would work out if only he could get a job in New York City. I feel so responsible.
I love my dad. He always inspired me and gave me my competitive attitude. I always wanted to make him happy. So desperately wanted to make him happy. But Biff, is always my dad's favorite. But, It was nothing really. My dad gave me everything. My desire for climbing the corporate ladder and my love for taking women. But sometimes I'm bummed. It's ironic, really, that I'm not happy. Sick joke, ain't it? And I try, folks. All I ever wanted was a wifey and a picket fence out of this game called life. I knew Willie. He was my neighbor. Towards the end, he was a real wreck. I did everything in my power to help him. Advice, money, even a job. I wanted to help the poor guy out, but he was just so damn pig-headed and self-destructive. He wasn't making any money at that dead-end sales job. His boss was a real tail wanker. You know what I mean. I miss that guy. I really hated just being in his shoes.
What's your name?
My name's Biff, Larry's son.
What's your story?
Well, I'm a bit of a drifter, and I have trouble being a real adult sometimes. And my fingers get a little sticky. I'm a real burnout, you know, high school star who sparked too quickly and too fast. I failed math, and not to put the blame on my old man, but he told me I didn't need it because I had a way with people. I just always wanted to make him happy, and even though he cheated on Ma, which it really bothered me, but man, it made me so arrogant towards everything. It was impossible trying to, get me to do anything. Taking orders was impossible. I don't want to live the American dream. I just wish my dad wouldn't have been such a deviant twerp. I hate the fucking rat race. He did the wrong parts of life and he couldn't keep anything straight. Sometimes I'd look in his eyes and know that he just wasn't there. He was in his own mind, living the glory days. Man just never knew himself. Always up-talking, lost in his fantasy world. One time, I swear I saw him talking to his dead brother Ben.
She didn't actually smoke it.
I obviously smoke cigarettes daily. Through me. Alright, whatever.